can be a real bitch. She's disengaged, she's boring, she's lazy, and worst of all, she's mean. Obviously, she's not a particularly likable individual, but I do want to share her story with you. Mela has always been a shadowy presence in my life, lurking in the background. She was an occasional irritant who would disrupt my usual groove when she showed up, but I never gave her much thought. Then, something happened. I was at a conference listening to Carol Dweck speak about growth and fixed mindset, and she issued this challenge. Get to know your fixed mindset. Name it, legitimize it, learn its triggers and its reactions. This is how you will overcome it, she said. And that's when I noticed Mayella. You see, Mayella, the disengaged, boring, lazy, mean girl, is me. Well, some of the time, she's my fixed mindset. When I first met Mayella, I was already a full-fledged growth mindset groupie. And like many educators thinking about mindset, I was more concerned with promoting growth-mindedness than I was with understanding its darker counterpart, the dreaded fixed mindset. It had all started in 2013 with Quinn, our oldest son. He was 2.5, and my husband and I had noticed that he was already risk and failure averse. He often refused to try new things. So I'd been learning about Dweck's work around praise, and like good teachers, we decided to try this stuff out on him. Rich started talking to Quinn about problem solving and risk-taking, and I started celebrating when Quinn fell at the playground. I would cheer, "Good try, we learned from falling," and soon things started to change. Our little boy was striving to try new things, joyfully high-fiving us even when he didn't succeed, and refusing to give up until he conquered his task. Fast forward 4 years, and Quinn's grade 1 teacher described him as a highly motivated learner who is confident in taking risks and asking questions. Quinn has played 3 seasons of lacrosse, and he has yet to score a goal. And I have never, not once, heard Quinn talk about this failing as a lack of innate ability. Quinn talks about what he needs to do to get better. He's not delusional. He recognizes that he's not as skilled as some of the other players. The astounding thing is, he believes that he can be through practice. That is the power of a growth mindset. This is not to say that Quinn has mastered his fixed mindset. This spring, I watched as he erupted into a tearful, screaming, snotty mess in our driveway. He screeched that he would never, ever, ever be able to make the basketball shot he was trying to make. He gave up. He was consumed by his fixed mindset. And it was a good reminder that when it comes to mindset, our work is never done. Which brings me back to Mayella's story. It all started out as a joke, really. After hearing Dweck speak, everyone was coming up with funny names for their fixed mindsets. But for me, it turned into something profound. I started writing about Mayella and talking about her with trusted colleagues. And pretty soon, I had imagined my fixed mindset into someone tangible. Mela is named for the character in To Kill a Mockingbird, who falsely accuses Tom Robinson of rape. She is sad, she's pathetic, she's maltreated, and she does this terrible, horrific thing. And even though you despise her for it, you also pity her, which is exactly how I feel about my Mayella. Mayella shows up when I feel insecure or fearful that I'm not having an impact. She loves it when I am overwhelmed. And when she shows up, I disappear, literally, into my bed and under the covers. I disengage from my work and my responsibilities. I do the bare minimum. I know that I should get up and participate in the world, but I can't. I'm paralyzed. This Mayella is easy to pity. Those who love me and know me best know if they just keep pushing in, eventually I will emerge. They understand this Mela, and they recognize her as part of my struggle with anxiety and depression. But a different Mela comes calling when I feel taken advantage of or mistreated. This Mela is a mean girl. Her currency is social capital and attention. And she is an expert at withholding both in order to punish those people she feels wronged by. She is a 13-year-old girl excluding a friend, and she makes me feel powerful. But that's an illusion. In reality, she makes me petty, and she makes me vindictive. When I first started talking about this, Mayella, my friends were shocked. No, they would say, Tashi, you're not like that. But I can be. I can be like that. When I feel imperiled or threatened, mean girl Mayella shows up, and she can be cruel. This Mayella is easy to despise. And so, even though she can be a real bitch, I need her. It's through my exploration of her that I can learn about the parts of myself I would rather overlook. In fact, imagining Mela has been so revealing, I decided to talk to Quinn about how he imagines his fixed mindset. Meet Gunner. So named because he shoots all of Quinn's good feelings and he puts them in the trash. And then he takes all of the stuff that would feed Quinn's good feelings and he gives it to the bad feelings. Isn't that insightful? Don't we all have a Gunner inside of us? But it's not enough to simply acknowledge our Mayellas and our Gunners. We must really get to know them so that we can, as Dweck suggests, overcome them. That's what Quinn and I are doing when we talk about our fixed mindsets. And this is the secret. Even though these things are hard to talk about, even though it is scary to stand up here and tell all of you about the parts of myself I most want to hide, it is in doing this that I'm overcoming my fixed mindset. When I first met Mayella, I just wanted to tell her to get lost. I thought that's what Carol Dweck meant by overcoming your fixed mindset. Then I called Mayella a bitch and I exposed her to the world. And that was really liberating. And now I've discovered this new side of Mayella, one that is particularly difficult for me to embrace. But the more fully I appreciate the complexity of Mayella, the more I see that overcoming a fixed mindset doesn't mean banishing it. Overcoming a fixed mindset is in understanding it. And the more I understand Mayella, the more I see what a powerful learning partner she is. So, even though she can be difficult, and she gets in my way, and I'm definitely not proud of her, I would like to express my gratitude to her. Thank you, Mayella. I'm better for knowing you, and though I worry about what our next encounter might bring, I know I will leave it stronger and wiser and with a better understanding of both of us. Thank you.